Hello, your learning objectives for this video are to use cosine rule to find the missing side and for you to be able to use cosine rule to find the missing angle. Let's start with cosine rule. When can you use the cosine rule? You may use the cosine rule when you're trying to find the unknown side when two sides of the triangle and the included angle are given. And you may use cosine rule to find the unknown angle when three sides are given. Okay, now I'm going to give you what is the cosine rule. The cosine rule is when you are finding an unknown side is a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2 times b times c times cosine a. Now what I would like you to take a look at is this triangle. Okay, you already learned how to label your triangles properly. So in here, because you can change the cosine rule depending on which is your missing side. So what you just need to remember is that the corresponding side of the corresponding angle of the missing side should be given. So in this case, if you're looking for the side A, angle A should be given to you. You should know the value of angle A. So by then, given the values of side and B, you can use A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2 times B times C times cosine A. Okay. Now, this method applies to the same thing if you're looking for side B or side C. But what you're going to do is that if you are missing side B, it should be the angle B that is given so that you can put the value of B on cosine over here. So really, it doesn't matter even if it doesn't matter which one is side A or which one is side C. As long as you are given two sides and then the angle opposite to the missing side. Okay, so that when the missing side is C, okay, the angle opposite to it, which is angle C, should be given to you. You should know the value of angle C. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean by saying that in the following examples. Okay, so I'm going to write here the cosine rule on top. Okay, and so then to find the unknown side, remember that we need two sides and the included angle. Okay, let's have all the triangles. Okay, so we have two sides and the included angle. Remember that for it to be included angle, it should be in the middle of two given sides. Okay, this is what I'm talking about in the previous slide. You have a missing side and its corresponding angle is given to you. So really, this is your angle A. So it's very easy to recognize when you're going to use the cosine rule. Okay, so now I'm just going to plug in the values over here. Now, grade 10, it doesn't matter which one is side B and which one is side C. Okay, so you can write A squared is equal to, just plug in the values. Okay, so do you see it? You have your 8 squared here, 9.6 squared, and then these same two values, you multiply it by 2 times the cosine of the given angle. Of course, what I would like you to remember is that when you do that using the calculator, do not forget to square root or use the square root at the end when you already got the value of all of this. So for side A, the value is about 6.2 centimeters in 1 decimal place. Okay, second example, the same thing. You're given two sides in the included angle. The angle that is given to you is the opposite or the corresponding angle of the missing side. So again, it's easy to replace or plug in the value because it doesn't matter with these two sides which one is B, which one is C. Okay, so then let's plug in the value. You have m squared 5.2 8.4 squared plus 7.7 squared minus 2 times the same two given sides times the cosine of the included angle or the angle opposite to the missing side. Again, don't forget to square root at the end or before, but be careful when you are using your calculator. Okay, so I am giving you all these values, but what I would like you to do is do it in your calculator so that you are practicing how to use your calculators. So you will find out if you're using appropriately because you will be getting the wrong value. Okay, so if you get the same values I'm giving you here, that means you are using your calculators appropriately. So side M should be about 7.3 centimeters in 1 decimal place. Okay, the third example, again, look at it, two given sides and then the included angle. Okay, we're looking for P. So the angle given to you is the corresponding angle or the angle opposite to the missing side. So let's just plug in the values. That will be P squared. Again, it doesn't matter which one is A, which one is B or C in this case. Okay, so you plug in those two sides that are given to you, you square them, and then here again 85 and 100 times the cosine of the given angle, which is the angle opposite to the missing side. Okay, I will repeat just to emphasize, don't forget the square root. Okay, so use the calculator, use it, and see if you will get 28.4 meters in 1 decimal place. Okay, now if you get the wrong value, I would like you to stop the video and you have to do it again. Okay, now let's have a real life example, a word problem. Okay, now I'm not going to read this problem to you anymore. Okay, I would like you to do your own reading, and then why don't you sketch the journey of the boat? Stop the video, draw your own sketch, and then when you are ready you can continue or check if you get the same answer or same solution. Okay, here we go. Here's the sketch. Okay, now as you can see, once you have done the sketch and if your sketch is correct, you will see that you have given two sides and the angle given to you is in the middle of those two sides that are given. So then we would like to find HL. In this case, your HL is your side A, yeah? And then its corresponding angle, which is 125 degrees, is given. So that's the angle that you're going to use for the cosine. Okay, so let's plug in the values. So your HL, side HL squared will be equal to, again, it doesn't matter which one is side B, which one is side C. Plug in those two sides, again, those two sides times the given angle. Okay, then you square root it, and you should get about 57 miles. Now, I wrote 57 miles because anyway, we're trying to find the nearest mile. Okay, now for letter B, it says find the total distance traveled by the boat. So we're not done with 57 miles. We still need to, because remember, it travels all this distance. Okay, so then we need to add all of them. The total distance will be 57 plus 24 plus 40 miles. So the total distance is 121 miles. Okay, I hope that you solved this problem correctly. Now let's use the cosine rule for finding the missing angle. Okay, now to find the missing angle, we need to rewrite or rearrange the formula that we have. We need to rewrite the equation. Okay, using the cosine rule that we use at the beginning when we are trying to find the missing side, we're going to rewrite it. So I will get one of this and write it on this side. Okay, now since we're trying to find the angle A, let's move this term to the other side. Okay, when we do that, your 2 times b times c times cosine a will become positive, okay? And then we move a squared to the other side, and so then it will become minus a squared. Okay, now we would like to get the angle. So we would like to isolate cosine A, and to isolate cosine A, we need to divide both sides by 2 times b times c. Okay, so if we do that, we will end up with this formula or this rule or this equation. So if you're trying to find the angle A, okay, this will be your formula. B squared plus c squared minus a squared all over 2 times b times c. Now take a look. The one that is being subtracted or you use for subtracting is the side that is opposite to the given angle. And also, if you notice, this opposite side of the given angle or the missing angle is not used when you are dividing the value. I would like you to take a note of that, so that if you're trying to find angle B or angle C, look at the pattern. If it's cosine B, okay, and this is missing, look that it's minus b squared, okay? And then b is not down here. On the other hand, if it's the angle C that is missing, then that's the side C is the one that you are using for subtraction. And also, it's not included in the value that is being divided at the bottom. Okay? I hope you get that. Now, let's have some examples. Okay, now using the cosine rule is over there. Okay, as you can see, in all triangles, all sides are given to you. Okay, now it's all about just plugging in the value. Okay, now cosine A. Okay, now take a look. The side opposite to the missing angle is the one that is in here. Subtract. And this side is not down below. That's all that you need to remember. The opposite side of the missing angle is the one that's minus, that you use to subtract. Okay. So the answer here is about 40 degrees. Remember that you're trying to find the missing angle, so that means in your calculator you should be using your inverse or second if you're using TI, and then to the other calculator you're using shift. Yeah? Okay. Now, to solve the other problems, same thing. You would like to find P. Okay, again, look, it's the side opposite to angle P that you have minus 7.3 squared. Now, you will not find 7.3 at the bottom or at the denominator. Okay? So then, again, using inverse or shift or second, you should get 65 degrees. Okay. The third example, given 3 sides, let's have and plug in the value. Cosine R is, okay, those 2 sides, again, the side opposite to angle R, okay, which is 28.4, is the one that's minus 28.4 squared. And 28.4 is not at the bottom. Okay, so then angle R is about 15 degrees using second, shift, or inverse. Okay, this is it. That's it for cosine rule. I hope you get it. If not, watch the video again and write down some notes. Try these problems on your own. Okay, bye grade 10.